and welcome back to my mini series talking about important issues. Let me just see if you can see me. Yep, you can see me. Right. Um, today's episode is about being kind to workers. My hands is really dry, one minute. Yeah, being kind to workers. The thing is, it's like working in retail, which obviously you know I work in retail. Um, I see a load of customers. I'm not saying all customers is rude, but there are quite a lot of customers who's very, just really nice, quite polite, So this isn't really directed to those customers. This is more directed to the customers who's, they think that because they might work in a higher position or because they might have gotten better grades in school or whatever and they're in a different career path, they think that they can talk to people in retail or not even just retail actually. I mean, there's people who has to go through this no matter what, like I'm sure even lawyers get like headaches from their clients. Um, People, like people who's calling up to talk about their housing and calling customer service or whatever, those workers get the headache as well. So it's not just retail, but obviously my experience in retail, I've been there for quite a while, and I can say that it's horrible. The way that some people think that they can talk to other human beings is horrible. Yeah, it's horrible, and you need to remember that these people, no matter if they're old, young, black, white, no matter what color they are, no matter what job they're working, no matter what age they are, they're human beings. They're at work trying to earn a living, trying to, better themselves, or trying to provide for their families. A lot of people who works in retail, they have children. I don't have children. Yeah, a lot of people that works in retail does have children because they need the flexibility. They need, you know, retail is really good for that. They need the flexibility to work around um, school and everything like that. So it's not so much the case of, oh, I'm better than you because you work in retail, and because you don't know everyone's situation. You don't know everyone's situation. I've been called stupid. I've been called the N word. I've been called so many things during working in retail, and I can't even imagine the people who's having to work in different positions, like people who's working in hospitals, for example. Those people who has to be the ones to sadly deliver the bad news. The people who receptionists, like no matter where you work, everyone faces this, and I'm sure everybody who works anywhere, actually, even if it's voluntary, can relate to this. There's a load of people who will come to you thinking that you're some kind of miracle worker, thinking that you have to fix their issue right then, right there, or else. And even when you do fix their situation, they, you know, a lot of people, they're not really grateful for it. They're thinking, yeah, that is what you're put on the planet to do. You're put on the planet to serve me, and that is not the case. So next time you have a bad day, don't go into a shop, don't go into Poundland, don't go into B&M, don't go into all these shops intentionally just to pick on the workers because you think, oh, they're only Poundland workers, whatever. Don't call up, don't pay a bill, yeah, don't go and read a letter, read a bill, and call up customer service or whatever, call up the housing and have a go at whatever poor soul is the one that answers the phone. It's not her fault or his fault that that letter got sent. They're just there to do their jobs. They don't control. They half the time they don't even know what you're talking about. They have to go on their system, log in your details because they don't know you personally. So you need to realize that people, no matter where you work, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you can work in retail, you can be work in the airport. You can work no matter where you work. No matter where you work, you're going to be faced with these people who, not all the time, but a lot of the time, you're going to be faced with these people who treat you really badly because they think that you're supposed to fix their issue right then and there, even if you express to them you don't have the power to do that. And if you're one of those people, you need to really stop and think that these are human beings that you're talking to. These are people that you're talking to. You're talking to people who's, you don't know. You don't know what's happened in their day. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they're working there because they've got children. You don't know. So, and another thing that you need to think about is a lot of people doesn't realise that suicide rate is going up. It's going up at a really, really scary rate. Yeah, it's going up at a really scary rate. Um, People who works in security, the stress that they go through, they're human beings. They're scared just as much as any other worker is scared. They're not just made of iron, made of stone that, you think that, oh, you're security, so you have to be tough and you have to be. Because I work in media and I've had conversations with, had conversations with security, members of security, and they're just they're just as scared as we are of aggressive customers. But it's just their line of work. No matter if you're a police officer, a fireman, no matter what you are, you're still human. And if you're one of these people who they have a bad day and they take their temper out on whatever person that they come across, have you ever thought how much blood do you actually have on your hands? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought how much blood do I have on my hands? Because the thing is, you might not actually be the one killing people, you may not kill people, you may not, you know, ever kill people, but what you say, how you treat people has an effect on people. Some people, it could be just the smallest thing to tip that person over the edge. That person, say if you've got someone called, I don't know, say if you've got someone called Chardonnay, for example. Sorry, first name that came to my head. So you've got someone called Chardonnay and she's had a really hard life. She's gone through X, Y, and Z. She's in a domestic abuse relationship. She's just not happy. She's just not happy whatsoever. And then here you come along while she's at work, calling her names, talking to her however you talk to her. Like, you don't know if that evening she's going to go home and she's going to hang herself. You don't know that. You don't know. You don't know what they do after work. You don't know what anyone does after work. So you need to think. So if you're one of these people who thinks it's okay to just talk to people no matter what, you need to really ask yourself, how much deaths am I responsible for? That's one question that not many people ask themselves. People don't really ask themselves that question because they may see it as, well, it's their choice, they did it, I didn't do it. But at the same time, words can hurt. Words can really hurt, and the way you treat people can have a really big effect on their lives. So I'm not suicidal, thank God, but that doesn't mean to say someone else isn't. Alright? So next time you go into a shop, next time you go and call up to complain about some bill that you got and you already paid it and why are they, or next time you book a holiday and you thought it's returned, but actually it's one way or whatever, and you go and take it out on these people that's just doing their jobs. Just remember that they're human beings too, and you need to really treat people the way you would like to be treated, because that little saying that we all got taught in the 90s, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is so untrue because words hurt worse than sticks and stones. If I got attacked with a whole bunch of rocks and sticks, chances are I'll recover and I'll heal. Yes, it will hurt it will hurt, and I might be in hospital for a while, but I'll recover. 9 times out of 10, you'll recover. But with words, they stay with you. Words stay with you, and there's even some words that some people have said to me in the past, and I still think about that in 2021. And it might have happened, I don't know, 2011, 2010, 2011. So you don't really know what affects you. You don't really know what affects other people. So please, please, please treat people kindly. Treat workers kindly because we're all human. Anyway, that's enough for this episode, and I will see you again tomorrow.